Welcome to Seaside Quilting, and we're going to do another project today, a fun and easy one. It's called the Magic Pillowcase. The size we're going to do is going to be the standard size. This is so much fun. It's so simple to do. You're going to want to make a million of them. Okay, to get started, you have to have fabric for your pillowcase, for your flange, and for your cuff. Once you have them cut to the right size, this is what we do. We open up our cuff, lay it out, right side up. Then we open up our pillowcase fabric with the crease down the middle. That goes right side up as well. And we put that right on top of this. Okay, it's okay if they're different sizes, just find the center. That looks about right. And you want to get these together. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the flange on. This has been ironed in half, and the open side is going to go to the outside. So we'll lay that on top. And now we're going to go ahead and clip them all together or pin it together. Start here. You want them all to be the same. So we pin this going across. Two and three. There's that. Okay, you get the idea. We'll go ahead and pin that across.
Once you have
it
to the
pinned
sewing machine
all the way across, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the back of the pillowcase here, and we're going to roll it up just like this. And roll it. And you just keep rolling. And there's our cuff. Now, we're going to take our cuff, we're going to flip this over, and we're going to add it to the pin right there, okay? So we're going to go across, and start at this end, and we're going to add it to the pin we just put in. We'll do that. What we're doing is we're creating a French seam. That means that nothing, no raw edges are going to be showing in this pillowcase when we're done with it. And it's only a couple of seams and you're done. So you can make these things in about 15 minutes. They're awesome for gifts. They're great. Kids love them. Especially when you get the different fabrics from the different movies that they like, or animals that they like. Okay, so now we're all pinned up. It's like a tube. And we're gonna go to the sewing machine. Now we're at the sewing machine. What we're gonna do here is a 1/4 inch seam all the way down. Let's go ahead and get that started. It doesn't matter if these are off right now. We're going to adjust them when we're done. it. We'll just inch it over. Okay. Here we go. And sometimes you have to readjust as you go down. Here we go. And there. We'll go ahead and cut that. Now, let's trim this thread. What we need to do now is we need to pull this out of the tube. So, you hold back your cuff and just start pulling everything else out. Let's see, we'll pull the cuff down. There we go. There. Now, as you can see, we have our cuff, our pillowcase, and our flange. And you will not be able to see any seams. Isn't that awesome? Now, we'll go ahead and take this over to the iron and press it. And then we are going to put the sides together. Excuse me. Selvage ends, and we're going to cut it, make it straight, and sew it. Back at the table. So we're back here. We've gone ahead and we stitched this together. We pulled it out of the tube. Now we need to cut this and get this straight. So what you want to do, I have mine folded in half, right to the edge of the fabric here. Line it up, going straight back, and give it a cut. I'm going to cut mine. So that's taken care of. Now, another thing you may want to do is measure how long of a pillow you have. Now, I measured this and it's got 2 extra inches more than what I really need. The pillowcase is going to come out a little too large. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2 inches off of the back. That puts my pillowcase at 30 inches is where, yeah, it'll be 30 inches, and then I'll sew it from there, and that will come out perfect for my pillows. I just measured it against another pillowcase. So I'll take 2 inches off the back here. I'll go ahead and do that now. And then we'll finish it up. Go ahead and line this up. There's our 2 inches. Now, we're going to do a French seam on this. That means, like I said before, there's going to be no seam showing. There's going to be no frayed edges. So we want to take this to the machine, and we're going to start up here at this end, and we're going to sew 1/4 inch seam all the way down. We want to make sure that these are exactly together. So we'll pin that. And then when we get to the bottom, we'll turn and go to the end. So you don't have to stop sewing. So let's get this together here. Come on. And we'll put another one there. Okay. We'll just put a clip down here to hold that. And now let's go sew. So we're back at the machine. And we've got our pillowcase over here. We're going to do the 1/4 inch seam. I have a 1/4 inch seam guard on there. Let's see, here we'll go this way. Okay. Take this one out. And we'll keep sewing to the end, and then we'll turn it. Here we go to the end. And we'll get down to the 1/4 inch. One more. Okay, with the needle down, we'll lift up, turn, and put the foot back down. And now we'll sew to the end. Shift this over just a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to turn it inside out. We turn it inside out and we are going to press the seam all the way out. So we might have to pull this and press as we go along. But we need to press the seam totally flat. Then we're going to go through and we're going to sew the same thing again, only we're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam. And you're going to be done. Let's get this pressed. Okay, we're back at the sewing machine. We've gone and pressed all of our seams open. We've pressed them flat and pulled them all the way up. And I'm starting at the back of the pillowcase this time. And we're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam. I put my open-toed foot on and I move my needle all the way over. That gives me about a good 1/2 inch, and I still have a guide over here because I'm terrible about keeping a straight line. So we're going to go ahead and sew this and we'll be done. Needle down. And we'll stop about a 1/2 inch. And turn. It's okay if you're a little bit off. I mean, 1/8 of an inch isn't going to make that much of a difference. You just want to make sure that you're completely covering that 1/4 inch seam. effect for the pillowcase. There we go. And get that over here. There we go. And let's just reinforce that. Voila. No showing seams, no frayed edges. I'll take a little snip off the end of this so you don't see the thread. Turn it right side out. Get those ends pushed all the way out. There we go. Here's the other one. Give it a shake. Now I'll take this over and we'll go ahead and we'll pull out the ends on this as well and iron it again. And you have a beautiful, beautiful pillowcase. Isn't that gorgeous? So bougie, I'm telling you. Gorgeous fabric there, Barb. And now we have our magic pillowcase.